I'll bet that all you new players can get 100,000 crystals in one season of Cookie Run Kingdom. Even though new players are unaware of the many different ways to earn crystals, they still exist, and I was able to calculate a path for most active new players to collect 100,000 crystals by the end of their first season in Cookie Run Kingdom. From story mode to events to seasonal activities, there are many different methods of collecting your 100k crystals. Let's see what we have in the game of Cookie Run Kingdom. So the most obvious way of getting crystals, especially for new players, is story mode. The first obvious chapter to go through in story mode is Crispia. Crispia is the first chapter in Cookie Run Kingdom story mode, and it goes over the basics on how to play the game's battle mechanics. What people underestimate is the amount of crystals Crispia gives them. There are 472 stages in all of Crispia, and there's 3 different difficulties: story mode, dark mode, and master mode. I'll start just by talking about story mode. For story mode, for getting the first clear and 3 stars on a stage, which is easier than it seems, trust me, you get 100 crystals. So for clearing all of story mode, out of only 3-star first clears, you get 47,200 crystals. There are also star milestones for every chapter. For every episode, because the amount of stars in each episode is not the same throughout all of Crispia, it's easier to split up into thirds. After collecting the first third of stars in an episode in story mode, you get 300 crystals. After you clear the second third, you get 500 more crystals, and after collecting every star, you get 700 crystals on top of that, which gives you an extra 1,500 crystals total per episode. There are 18 episodes, which will give you a total of 27,000 crystals on top of the 47,200 crystals we calculated earlier. So far, we have a total of 74,200 crystals. For new players, I'm going to assume that after one season, they can get to around the end of episode 12. There are a total of 3,000 crystals per episode to collect for completing certain stages. But that's only for chapters 9 through 18, so counting the 4 chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12, in my assumption, that's another 12,000 crystals. Also, because we're assuming up to episode 12, we should reevaluate the 74,200 crystals for 2/3 of Crispia story mode. That would be 49,000 crystals approximately for getting through 12 episodes. And I'm rounding down just to prove that 100,000 crystals is definitely possible as a new player. Now you guys might be wondering, wait, no. How are you supposed to get all that stamina in one season? There's one pretty easy answer actually, and it's the town square. If you wait in the town square, if you're idle in the town, not necessarily idle, but if you're in the town square for 2 hours, you get, every time you're doing that, 240 stamina for Crispia, 120 stamina for Beast Yeast, and 72 stamina for Timeline of Fate. That's really, really important in being able to get all the stamina you need to complete all of those levels. Next up, I'm going to talk about seasonal events. I'm not talking about the events that come and go, I'm talking about Kingdom Arena, Cookie Alliance, and Guild Battle. All of these modes are ranked and they all give different numbers of crystals, depending on what mode it is, and what ranks you earn. I have found a range of reasonable ranks to achieve for each game mode. For Kingdom Arena, which should be the main game mode for everybody, even new players, after one season, anywhere from Diamond 2 to Master 3 seems reasonable. This is anywhere from 9,000 to 17,000 crystals by the end of the season. Next is Cookie Alliance, which is a PvE game mode, unlike Kingdom Arena. For Cookie Alliance, I thought that anywhere in Master, from Master 5 to Master 1, is reasonable for new players. There are also guild rewards for Cookie Alliance, and I just estimated, depending on the guild you end up joining, around 2,000 to 3,000 crystals from the guild side of Cookie Alliance. Finally, we have guild battles. This is entirely for guilds, and this actually gives more crystals than any other mode. In this game mode, there are round rewards, which are paid every week, and there are season rewards, which are paid every season. For guild battle, I thought that, again, anywhere in Master seemed reasonable. This means for round rewards, anywhere from 5 to 6.5 thousand every round, and for season rewards, from 5.5 to 8,000 every season was reasonable. This adds up to be 27,000 to 38,500 crystals from guild battle alone. Adding all of this up gave a total of 45,500 to 68,500 crystals from those events alone, which added to the 49,000 from Crispia, gives from 94,500 to 117,500 crystals. Now you guys might be wondering, for those who reach the lower end around 94,500 crystals, that's not 100,000. Well, I'm not done. We still got a little more. There is one other factor to consider when thinking about crystals, and that is general events. The events that come and go, the events that are determined by the season instead of reset by the season. For example, during the Timekeeper season, Rewound Fate 1, we had Agar Slime Crisis and Arcade Arena, and those gave around 15 to 20,000 crystals depending on how well you play them. For me, I think I got in the middle of that range because I was doing well. I estimate that seasonal events like these give 10,000 to 20,000 crystals per season, which if added to our range totals up to 104,500 to 137,500 crystals. That's quite a lot. And it proves how new players can get 100,000 crystals or more in one season. Now I have a system on how I spend crystals on banners. I will share that system in another video. But my general tip to all new players is to not waste your crystals. And by wasting crystals, I mean don't go pulling on a banner just because you want to, unless that's your entire point of the game. If your point of the game is to get better, become more skillful, and top the leaderboards, then the way to do it is not by spending crystals recklessly. You don't have to be super strict like I am, because I'm a little bit too strict with them, and I have like almost 500,000 crystals. But have rules set in place for yourself so that you're not spending so many crystals on banners that aren't going to mean more for your account progression. I hope you guys learned how to get 100,000 crystals relatively quickly. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, keep your cookies running, and I'll see you guys in the next one.